A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the Lunchtime News. I'm Nadim Majid. Let's first take a look at your headlines. Demonstrations being held across the country against the resolution to be presented against Sri Lanka at the UN Human Rights Council session in Geneva. The Archbishop's House in Colombo says the draft resolution will have an undue influence on Sri Lanka's sovereignty. The artist wins big at the 84th Annual Academy Awards. On to those stories in detail. Demonstrations were held in several areas across the country today against the proposed resolution on Sri Lanka, which is to be tabled at the 19th session of the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva. The nearly month-long sessions are to commence later today.
Satyampi buddhang saranang gacchami aduami වගේම මේ සියල්ලම ශ්‍රී ලාංකිකයින් කියන මේ හැඟීම අප තුළ තිබෙන්න ඕන. අපි
කුමන්ත්‍රණ එලා දකිමු. අපේ රට රැකගනිමු. ජනපතිතුමනි, අපි ඔබ සමගයි. කොටි ප්‍රස්තවාද
Meanwhile, a demonstration was held in Gampola under the leadership of Prime Minister D.M. Jayaratne. They are going to present that resolution at the UN Human Rights Council. We are willing to die for our country. We are not afraid to die. Across the country, in Chilao and in Putlam, public rallies and demonstrations are being held against this resolution. This is a good opportunity to show that as a nation we are all bound at the heart. I conclude by saying that we will defeat the conspiracy against our president, and I pray that this human rights resolution will be destroyed and those connected to it will be destroyed. On a related note, the Archbishop's House in Colombo has issued a communique stating that the proposed resolution on Sri Lanka at the UN Human Rights Council sessions in Geneva will have an impact on Sri Lanka's sovereignty. The Archbishop of Colombo, Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit, says that the best response Sri Lanka can give to this resolution is to implement the recommendations made in the Lessons Learned and Reconciliation Commission report. While questioning the government to expeditiously take steps towards this, Cardinal Ranjit has also called on all citizens to unite for this purpose. In other news, legal experts in the country believe that several Asian nations may vote against the draft resolution on Sri Lanka that is to be presented at the 19th United Nations Human Rights Council sessions in Geneva. However, they point out that several European countries will vote in favor of the resolution. Senior lawyer Gomin Dayasri states that Russia will support Sri Lanka. Attorney-at-law Gomin Dayasri believes that if Asian, African and Latin American countries abstain from voting, it would be disadvantageous to Sri Lanka. He noted, however, that if these nations exercise their franchise, it would be advantageous to Sri Lanka. It is believed that the only obstacle for Sri Lanka is that owing to the American influence, other countries may vote against Sri Lanka or may refrain from voting. In more local news, the Kakirawa police have arrested an individual who had fraudulently sold lumps of copper as gold. The police said they had also seized over 700,000 rupees that the suspect had on his person. The suspect had sold the lumps of copper to a businessman in Kiribathgoda as gold found from a treasure. The police said the suspect had shown the businessman real gold and had then sold him the copper. When the businessman had questioned him, the suspect had fled. The police said they also seized a live hand grenade and over 700,000 rupees from the suspect. The suspect is a resident of Teldenia Kandy. He was remanded till the 9th of March after being produced before the Kakirawa Magistrates Court. Welcome to Sports First on Lunchtime News. Tharindu Patap Peruma has been adjudged the most talented gymnast at the 25th National Gymnastics Championship. The most talented female gymnast was Ridma Samanali. The team event of the National Gymnastics Championship concluded yesterday. The championship was held at the Sugatadasa Stadium in Colombo. Torrington Sports Club won the men's championship with 232.95 points. The Friendship Sports Club, which had won the championship for several years running, emerged runners-up this time around. Tarindu Peruma, who was adjudged the most talented gymnast, had a total score of 70.35. The most talented female gymnast, Ridma Samanali, scored 38.75 points.